I'm not here to get in the way.
Well, you're always in the way.
She's manipulating you.
Cam Proctor with Big Gold Belt Media. Today we are talking to the stars of The Couple Next Door Season 2 that is premiering on September 19th, only on Stars. Sam and Sendhil, how are you doing today?
Very well, thank you.
Very
Good,
well.
good,
Nice
good.
to meet you.
Yeah, you as well. You as well. Super excited to talk to you guys. I got to check out the first 2 episodes of the series, and spicy is an undertone that we can't we can't even begin to think of at this point. I think a lot of people are going to be really excited after season 1 was such a success, and now we're jumping into season 2, which is completely different. But man, what a neighborhood. That neighborhood has definitely got year after year there's trouble every single year. It's so crazy. So how would you, I guess, describe the relationship between the both of your characters, Jacob and Leo? We can start with you first, Sam.
Yeah, well, Jacob and Leo are sort of old arch nemesis, really. There's a lot of history that connects them, which Jacob isn't too happy about. Sendhil plays Leo as this beautiful man who's lived life and traveled the world, and is kind of polar opposite to Jacob, who's sort of stuck to his guns and stayed local, and married a beautiful woman, but did his thing. And so, Leo turning up back into their lives, decades later, really sort of opens up old wounds and causes a lot of tension. Jacob is this sort of proud, got his life together, seemingly kind of chap, but everything starts to kind of unravel as Leo comes back into the mix, and of course as Mia enters the cul-de-sac and starts all kind of things falling apart. So
Yeah, it's crazy. How would you describe, I guess? Well, you kind of summed that one up. So Sendhil, I'll give you a different question for that one. So with this show has a lot to deal with the natural processes of life, right? Different stages of life as people grow up, as Sam alluded as well. How would you say your characters' choices send your characters, I guess, into a certain trajectory as they're dealing with older generations, like parents, for example?
Yeah, I mean, that's really the reason that Leo has come back, come back home, as it were. His heart was broken by Charlotte, and he just kind of went off and had to really find himself and find out who he was. And, I'm sure there was a lot of soul searching as to why this happened. Like, why did Charlotte and Leo break up? And I think the thing that brings him back is, certainly his father is not in great health. And that's kind of the thing that brings Leo back to, back home. And, it's a very, it's something that I think that characters that are at these ages, that all of these characters are kind of dealing with, just in life. And I really like the way that the show kind of dealt with it. It's a very difficult topic, obviously, aging parents who, are about to pass, which certainly, Leo's father is just not doing great. I think that the way that Leo is kind of forced to confront it, it makes him grow. It makes him grow even more. He's already returned as a more evolved person. I think he was a very self-involved, very kind of wealthy, spoiled boy in a way, and he comes back as a almost fully formed man. And they always say the thing that makes you a full man is when you're on your own. You lose your parents, you lose your father, and you become kind of the man of the house. And obviously he has not the greatest relationship with his stepbrother as well. And so all of that was just really fun to play, and I felt it was real. It was real. I think it's something that audiences will be able to relate to, as they watch this. I think that the scenarios that Leo finds himself in are all just kind of very real world things. And I love that. I love that about playing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, for sure. And I feel like you guys do such a great job at conveying these characters and bringing them to life because I felt it, right? I felt the moments like for example, when Sam you ask Charlotte you know, or she says you don't have anything to worry about. I was like, "Pff, yeah, okay. So that instantly was like, oh man, that's a good one. Or either Sin when your stepbrother is like the prodigal son returns. I was like, uh-oh, he don't like him. I was like, instantly, I'm like, uh-oh, I know exactly what's going on, which is very relatable, I think, to a lot of people that are watching the show too. They're looking for those moments that are like
Mm,
very standoutish. That it's like, okay, something's about to happen in this series that's really going to draw me in and really make me want to watch, through the whole entire series.
mm.
Do you guys have a favorite episode that you're most well, Sam, I know you said something before in a previous interview that you said episode 3 is kind of spicy and and the parental advisory is going to go up on that one for sure. So, I'm
Yeah.
trying to figure out, do you guys, besides that episode, do you have an episode that's your favorite that you're really excited for fans to see? I'll start with you, Sam.
I mean, I I think the episode 2, I think really, particularly the end of the
Mhm.
episode where, it really, Jacob and Mia sleep together in front of Charlotte, who's asleep on the couch. Like that moment is so intense.
Yeah.
Um, that I think it's an undeniable, like, oh my God, I've got to see what happens next. Like, how are they going to get out of this? So I feel like, the first few episodes really do. There's a really nice kind of slow burn where you're introduced to these characters.
Mhm.
Like Sendel said, it's real, it's domestic, it's relatable. And then you get these moments of like, what the fuck,
Yeah, yeah.
um, particularly the end of episode 2. So I think, it's a really great draw to try and figure out like what Mia's doing, like why is she trying to force her way into this relationship? Is it Jacob that actually just wants to have an affair? And then you start to unravel as the series goes on. It's a bit more complicated than that. So yeah, I think particularly that's one that really hooks you.
Yeah, yeah. How about you, Sandel?
I would say, and I can't, Sam, I don't know if you remember the episode where we find out, it's either 5 or 6, where we find out that Jacob is the killer. That to me, I think, you know, I think that David wrote it really well. Dries shot it really well. I don't think that the audience is going to see that coming. I think that's going to be a really great, shocking moment because it was shocking for me when I read it because I just didn't see it coming. I totally assumed it was Mia. Like
Yeah.
I just did, it had been going on for so long and it got so far into the series that I thought, okay, it's been too long for it to be like a red herring type situation. And
Mm.
I love that twist to it. And that's like probably like one of my favorite moments in the series is when we find out, oh, it's Jacob who's been up
Yeah.
to all of this.
Yeah.
And Sam does such a great job of playing it, for somebody who had never played a role like this. I think he kind of really sunk his teeth into it. And
Yeah.
it was just really fun to watch. I knew what was happening and I'm still like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I love that. Whichever episode, I'm pretty sure, is it 5
It
maybe?
must be 5 because
I
then
think it
6
is.
must be like, okay, now let's go get him.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's episode 5. That's definitely my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's really exciting. I'm excited to see all of it. Honestly, it's such a great series. So for my last question, just to wrap up here, um, Senhil, listen, I honestly thought you were British because your accent is so good, and
Thanks, Cam.
and Sam, I thought you were Gunner. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I from Nashville.
Like
Do you
Sam's
guys
British
ever?
accent is really good.
I'm like, my God, these people are amazing. So I mean, that's just a test to your both of y'all's talent, which is great, and a craft that you practice a lot as well. Do people still walk up to you and kind of like give you the, oh, Gunner from Nashville, like, do you still get that, or do people not know that you're British?
For sure. I mean, yeah, it's a funny combo because I still live in Nashville. I'm here right now, but
Right. Okay. Okay.
so I do get it a lot. But yeah, most of the time it is confused people going, "Hey, nice to meet," and then I talk, and they're like, "Wait a minute,
Like,
what?"
huh?
So one of my favorite compliments from a few years ago was I did a show called Humans that was on AMC and Channel 4 back in England, and I played played myself with the British
Right.
accent.
Right.
And I got this tweet that was, "Oh my God, Sam Palladio's British accent on Humans is awful." And I just thought that's the best like backwards compliment I've ever had.
Right.
Um,
Right.
so yeah, it's one of my favorite things when people are like, we loved you on Nashville and had no idea
Yeah.
we were British. I was like, all right, well, my acting was up to par. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Same for you, Sendhil. From I mean, born in Chicago, right? So like I'm
Yeah.
like, man, what I'm like, I really thought you were British. I'm not gonna lie. And I
Well, the
had to
best thing about,
Google
can
it.
I interject?
Yeah,
Sendel
go ahead.
did this amazing thing where, half of us didn't realize he was American because he kept particularly like when we first all met at the read through, we had
Mhm.
this couple of days of working on the scripts and stuff, and Sendel just comes in his British accent. So we're all like, oh right, no, maybe no, he probably is British, and oh, he must have been in America for a bit, but okay, now he's British.
Right.
So and then it wasn't until the very end of the like, okay, and that's a wrap for the day, everybody. That is like, hey, everybody, and then the Sendel comes out, and we're all really confused. But yeah, a testament to like he just stayed in character and stayed in the accent, and it was great.
Yeah. No, no, that's super cool. How about you, Sendhil? Do people still shocked, that you're not British or
Yeah, a lot of people are, because I played a lot of it because I went to drama school in England,
right? Okay.
and lived there for a very long time, and yeah, I think when they're shocked, it's a good thing because it
Yeah,
means you're doing your job well,
that's
right?
true. Right.
And no, I have had a lot of that because even in Heroes, I was British, and a lot of people who watch
Yeah.
that show, they all think I'm British. I mean, there are casting directors who still think I'm British, and
That's crazy.
producers who still think I'm British. So it's a good thing.
Yeah. No, 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 it definitely is. And everybody is going to be super excited to check out The Couple Next Door season 2 premiering September 19th only on Stars. Sam and Hill, thank you so much for taking the time. Really appreciate it.
Thanks a
Thank you
lot,
very
Cam.
much.
Thank you guys.
Cheers.